This week we're still with Schumann, Robert Schumann. We're going to be playing The Happy Farmer. I just love this piece. It's so much fun. And so let's just jump right in and get started. This is The Happy Farmer. How do we practice The Happy Farmer? Well, where is the melody? What is melody? In those two hands, what is the little song that you would want to sing? What is it that you would want to hum to? Would you want to hum to? Obviously not. You're going to want to hum to this. That's the melody. That's the part that needs shaped. That's the first phrase. And how do we put these together and how do we practice? Well, always start hand separate. When you practice the right hand and just those nice little chords, make sure that they're just very bouncy and very light. There's only one little issue I want to point out. As you can see in measure 2, you first have the full chord, and then you just have a third. And when you're just practicing hands together, you're going to think, why would I just have a third? Why wouldn't he play the whole entire chord? Well, when you put hands together, that F becomes melody with the left hand. So you can't play it with the right hand. He wants it in the left hand. You don't have to do that. Just let go. There you go. All right. So after you've learned that really nice, light little right hand, now you have the left hand. Counting is imperative because if you don't count when you're practicing in hands together, you're going to have a really hard time fitting in those eighth notes where they're supposed to go. So you start on what's called a pickup note, incomplete measure. This is common time, which the most common time signature is 4/4. They would use this in the place of 4/4. And you start on that last eighth note of a measure that isn't there. But if you look at any measure, the very last eighth note in that measure will be and, the and of 4. So it's and 1. So here we go. And 1 and 2. 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 And 2 and 1. The fun little fingering in here, you can work out the fingering, but the fun little fingering you can do in that third measure where you have you can play thumb, and then it's very easy from a black key to a white key to just slide your thumb down and shift your hand. So, and it's still connected, it's still legato, and you won't get deducted points for it. All right, so anyway, now that you've got it, each hand learned, putting them together, what you want to be really careful of, if you worked hard at playing that right hand nice and light, what happens is this. And then we begin losing. And those chords just become like pounding in your head. So you want to go slow and you want to keep them very bouncy and very light. But what's going to happen is the left hand's going to want to do what the right hand does. And it's going to want to come up. It can't. It has to do something completely different. All the way through these 4 measures, the left hand has to be independent of the right hand and back the other way. So slow practice. And if you have trouble holding that F, when you let go of the chords in the right hand, that's as far as you practice to start. You need to get that, because if you can't do that, the whole rest of the phrase is going to drive you nuts. So when this is comfortable and you keep stay down, this measure is always played like this. Again, because the hand's doing the same thing. But that's not how Mr. Schumann wrote it. So the next 4 measures are almost identical to these 4 measures that we just did. Practice this. You then got the whole first 8 measures, and we'll be really ready next week to jump into the both hands melody with the accompaniment in between. And yeah, we'll tackle that next week. If you have any questions, if you have any problems or things you need help on, message me, hit subscribe if you'd like notification for when the one next week comes out, and we'll see you then. Thanks. Bye.